is a local baking business that offers a wide range of delicious baked goods. Owner Crisanda Mckoy is here to tell us how she discovered her love for the art of baking. Good morning, Crisanda, and welcome to Good Morning SKN.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Our pleasure indeed. So when did you discover your love for baking?
It was about in 2013. Okay. So we've been doing this for a while. And it basically came from seeing my grandma, my mom, my auntie in the kitchen. I was never really drawn to it until one day in 2013 where I started seeing floral cupcakes. That's where it really started. Just cupcakes that were designed to look like flowers. And I was really drawn to that. So I was like, ooh, I can do that. And so we started in 2014 with our first Valentine's being a floral bouquet. And from there, it just skyrocketed.
So what about flowers?
Roses, any type of flowers. It's just beautiful.
Oh, okay.
And it's one thing to have a flower, but it's another thing to can eat it.
Right? I like that.
So yeah.
Because we can't eat flowers.
No.
I was joking around before you got here about the name because I see that there were different M's in it.
Right.
And so I was even playing around with you earlier about Bloommm.
Yeah.
But hearing you talk about flowers.
You see how it's
and
connected.
Exactly, that's what I wanted to talk to you about.
Yeah.
Talk to us about that and how you came up with the name.
Yeah, so it took me a while to really see what I wanted to name it, make sure there weren't any others like it. Don't want to get sued now. And how I can bring it all together. So, like I said, I started with cupcake bouquets. And so Bloommm it was actually Bloommm Cupcakes before. But then we started doing so much other things. I rebranded in about 2019. And I had so many customers by then, I didn't want to take away the Bloommm. So we had to reconstruct it. Thank you to Yasu, that's my friend who sat down with me and actually helped me to, we can just keep it and just add 2 M's, and we had them below, and then we was like, why don't we raise them so it could be like, and that's that. So we say Bloommm, but the M's really have a meaning like yummy.
I gotta say, I tried my own thing. I was joking around with you, and I got a good rating from Crisanda, by the way, for my Bloommm.
Yeah.
Close
enough. All right. All right. So we know 2019 was the big year. We were all preparing for 2020.
Yes.
How hard was your business hit in 2020 when we had the pandemic?
Actually, it was not hit hard. I know that's shocking, right? But 2020 actually birthed the cake aspect. So, like I would have said before, it was always Bloommm Cupcakes because we never did cakes. So it was strictly cupcakes, which I don't think we have here. Somebody who just works on cupcakes alone. So I had different things like a cupcake cake. So it was cupcakes, but it would look like a whole cake and you just pull them away. Yeah. So I was just focused on cupcakes. And then 2020 came and I was like, well, I have some time on my hand. So let me try the cakes. And so we did that almost every day. We worked on cakes. And that's how we started moving into other things. Believe it or not, people found their way through policemen to get their cakes. To get their cakes. So actually it wasn't hit very hard, you know. They assisted, I guess. They didn't want people to be home all sad. So friends here and there would come and they would, once they had permission to be on the road, they would come and they would pick up their cupcakes. Even the workers, the policemen, people who were allowed to be on the road, they found their way to me safely.
Oh yeah.
Indeed,
yes.
indeed.
I saw you work on the monitor just now. I hate people like you. So creative, honestly. It's like, oh my gosh, everything that I see is just so very creative. Let's talk about the most interesting and perhaps even the most difficult design that you've had to create.
Oh,
this sounds good.
It's a lot. I would say it was my very first peacock cake. So it was, remember, I'm sort of new to cakes. Now I'm a bit more seasoned, but I think this was last year. So I was new still, 2020, 2022, just 2 years in, and I had a 2-tier peacock cake. And the peacock, you can find it on my social media somewhere. I had to make the peacock from fondant and then all those petals. I'm sure you have seen it probably on the internet. The peacock is on top and it has all the feathers coming down the side of the cake.
Well, I think, now that you speak of it, I think I would have seen it.
Very intricate, very time-consuming. And It was a challenge. It was all fondant and we're in a hot place.
Yeah.
So it was very challenging. Then I had to drive that all the way to the Marriott. Oh. So that was the most difficult, but we did it and we executed it and she loved it. So yeah.
Great.
Nice.
And the bird didn't fly the coop, so.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, well, I want to know, you started with cupcakes. Was it because cupcakes were easier to do?
Not necessarily easier, it's just what my heart wanted to do. So I tend to go for things that I'm passionate about. I was not passionate about the whole cakes. I don't know why. People say all of them is cake, so what? But for me, it was deeper.
Okay.
And I at one point, I was even advertising as just all small things. You know, just anything small, I can do it. So I was doing the cake pops. Anything tiny, it was me until COVID said, no, you need to expand. And so we're here.
Nice.
So it's not about the easiest. It's just what my heart feels like.
Wow.
Yeah.
I see milkshakes. Perfect.
Yes.
Shooters.
Yes.
Wow. A milkshake is not a cake.
No, it's not. That's why we're Bloommm now.
Oh, look, the peacock, Jamie.
Yes, see, you found it.
Yes,
Right?
I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that.
It was so hard.
Yeah.
Wow.
All fondant.
Wow. Amazing. I love the colors too.
Oh, I wonder who got to eat his bodies.
I don't know.
Cute. Nice.
Yeah, super nice.
How many hours did that take you?
A lot.
Okay.
Yeah, but who's counting, right?
Who's counting? It was a lot.
I know.
Like day before started type of hours.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I said earlier that I didn't like you. I'm going to give you a chance to redeem yourself. I don't like your creativity right now.
boy.
I hate people like you. So some people say that if someone can bake, they can't cook. Someone can cook, they can't bake. I'm giving you an opportunity to redeem yourself, Crisanda. Are you equally good at the kitchen? Tell me no. Tell me no.
I am. I am.
Where's redemption?
I am.
I'm joking around.
I'm sorry. I grew up around a lot. I'm very family oriented. So I always had my aunts, my cousins, my grandma, my mom. There's no way I can't cook.
Any
There's
family
no
recipes?
way. I'm not gonna share.
No, not that you should share, but are they infused in Bloommm in any way?
No. But I created Bloommm recipes from scratch, if that means anything. Like, I had a period in 2013 where I had many phases of testing. Even started with some box cakes just to feel texture. Didn't sell the box cakes, but to learn textures, to learn taste, to learn what makes a cake fluffy versus dense. If I didn't have one ingredient, what can I use to substitute? So I actually did like a lot of research. It was a whole teaching experience. And then I just mixed everything that I had learned and made my own recipe. So I'll trademark that soon.
Okay. So before we go, can I suggest that you worked for somebody before 2013?
Oh, yeah, I did.
How easy was the transition to entrepreneurship?
It was not easy in terms of the doubts.
Okay.
That's the hardest part. So I was with the St. Kitts Electricity Company for about 7 years. Okay. So I was doing Bloommm all when I was working. Okay. And then I think I left in 2016 or 17. And everybody was like, you sure? You sure you want to leave us? And I was like, I gotta just do it. And that's what I tell people. Just do it. You'll never know unless you try. So I had the customers. I had some financial backing from my family. So all while working, I was buying my mixes out of my paycheck. So, you know, going into the full time, it wasn't as hard as some people now have to go and get loans. I was already like a foot in. Right. So it was hard because at that point I was paying rent and I was like, well, what if one cake sells for the whole month? What am I going to do? But it was not like that. It was very good. We're still here today, going strong. So just do it.
I like that. Just do it.
Might I suggest an umbrella cupcake or a cake next so it doesn't rain on your parade? Might I suggest that? You are seeing triplicate. That's great, right? Because we are standing because we're about to taste what Crisanda Mckoy, owner of Bloommm, has brought for us to sample. So Crisanda, why don't you do the honors? Tell us what you have here today.
We have a new product that's called a bento cake.
New product, you say?
Yes.
So you're launching it with us?
Yes.
Oh, that's
yes,
so
I
sweet.
actually started it just this week. And I was like, okay, I have to feature this today. Okay, so a bento cake is, I know it's in a crate, and you may like, that's a bit tacky, but this is actually how it's supposed to be served. It's a personalized cake just for 1 to 2 persons.
Okay.
And this originates from Chinese, Korean, and bento means convenient. So it's just a convenient piece of cake. When I had it this week, everybody was like, what's a bento cake? Thinking it was some special type of cake, but it's just a cake that's small. Okay. So it's between 4 to 6 inches, and it serves 1 to 2. You get it in whatever flavor. It's pretty great for last minute. If you have a birthday today, you call Bloommm and we can have it ready in no time, opposed to a big cake. And so people are loving it.
So what flavor bento cake do
we have? A vanilla today for you guys to taste. Oh, I love it.
Okay.
Enough.
Wow.
Ew.
Oh, no. This is not the one.
I didn't know.
Yes.
Are you kidding me, Crisanda?
Thank you.
Yes.
Aww.
Wow.
I swear I didn't look when she opened it.
The label, right. Good morning, SKN. We got that, right? Because we're about to destroy it.
Yes. So weird. I don't even want to cut it now.
So sometimes when you have a birthday, we just put a nice happy birthday. We put a spackle on the top, and you can have your own little celebration.
Yeah, there's a little bit of bling here. I can see that.
Yeah.
All right. So pretend to.
Do they honor?
Yes, please. You
can just dive in. Just dive in.
You don't want to cut the cake.
I don't want to spoil the SKN.
You're like that card that I read, right? You can't have your cake and eat it too. You're Edith, right?
Yay.
Oh man. Okay, because I didn't want to spoil the SKN.
It doesn't come with a fork though. And a knife comes with a fork, but
oh, I see. So
yeah, you just dig in.
Crisanda wants us to get messy on air. Crisanda, why would you do this to us?
Just dig in.
Wow.
That was to be eaten.
All right, so while we're eating and talking, and preferably not in that order, tell us about the Fragments of Love.
The Fragments of Love by Zoo and Friends. Tazu is actually a friend of mine, and so we are usually a part of his team. He hires us, and this year we were just like, you know what, we're going to sponsor. Thank you for always having us. So we're going to fully sponsor our treats. So we had cupcakes, we had cookies, we had cheesecakes, we had brownies, and they were off the chain. I actually got a lot of orders from those. Wow. Everybody was afterwards, everybody was like, those were the best cookies I ever tasted. And so, yeah, it's always good to be at events.
That's
definitely.
Great. That was the acoustic night. I'm glad that you got
it was amazing.
Okay. What is one of the most unique requests you would have had from a customer?
In terms of flavor or?
In terms of making anything cakey.
Oh, I know. That would be Inote. Inote came to me. I forgot his last name.
Inanga.
He comes to me, I should say, regularly, usually every year, to create his daughter's birthday cakes. Sure. And last year, he wanted a cake designed like a cat. And I know I said a cat, but it's not a usual cat. And it turned out to be the logo of his daughter's
that's a Stuffy cat.
Stuffy cat. Right. The Stuffy cat. Okay. So I was like, okay, Inote, okay, we can do it. So we took on the job and he loved it. I think it's somewhere on my page as well. I'm not sure. But it's this cartoony looking, it's like a cat face. It's not a full body cat. So we made that. We carved it out. We did the fondant. And he was blown away when he saw it. He was like, that's why I chose you. Yeah, so that was very, 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 what are you doing?
Keep talking, it's fine. Ignore me.
I didn't give you
You didn't taste it?
The flowers on the cake. Jamie, don't you see what I have left there? I've been eating cake. I tasted the cake twice.
Thank you.
It was lovely.
Guys, I never do this. Like, you never, like, double dip.
He never does that.
I never do this. I'm doing this.
I'm the foodie.
Yeah.
He's very reserved. So to see that he's gone for a second piece, and he didn't mess up the Good Morning SKN, guys. I love it.
I just want you guys to keep talking so I can eat. I'm not going to be on camera eating with my mouth, you know. Anyway, the Valentine's Day special.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
That was a huge success. This year we had, I won't say the most orders we've ever had, probably the second most. So I started like days in advance. Preparations were like days in advance. And so we had a deadline for you to come and make your payments just because we needed to have our preparations done right. We are home-based. We don't have a store location since COVID. I heard you mentioning the milkshakes earlier. That was when we had our location at the Bird Rock Food Court.
Oh, so you no longer do the milkshakes?
We do them,
Okay.
but only on request. We don't really put it out there.
Okay.
Because we are home-based, and so that meant space was also a bit limited. So we had a lot of planning, a lot of tables, a lot of boxes created ahead of time just to make sure the day was perfect. This year I actually wanted to not be on my feet until 7 p.m. on Valentine's Day. So I made sure that the day went smoothly and I was out of the kitchen by, I think, 4.
Oh, look at you, 3 hours.
You know,
earlier.
everybody picked up on time. Congratulations. Yeah. That's a big factor to me. Everybody was timely. There was like, I'm on my way since in the morning. I was like, perfect, I'm ready for you. Come. So it was a huge success. We had our signature product, of course, the cupcake bouquets.
Yes.
And this year we added a little light. So it was like an LED light with I love you. That's it right there, the Be Mine in the center.
Yes.
So we actually did 3D roses as well to make it look
Cupcakes that look
so
like
realistic.
Exactly.
Yes, and so we had those. We had the rosette hat. We usually have that regularly as well. Everybody was in love with the Drunk in Love, you know,
Ooh.
a little wine and cupcakes.
So which one sell the most?
The Drunk in Love.
Okay.
The Drunk in Love sold the most, and then the Be Mine.
Okay.
So
Nice.
Yeah.
The drunken love. Let's go. What was in it?
it was 6 cupcakes, a wine or cider, and some goodies like chocolate marshmallow fillers in the box.
I really wanted to know what would make me drunk. That's all.
So the cupcakes didn't contain alcohol per se?
No.
Okay.
They chose their flavor, just regular cupcakes, designed, of course, in a Valentine's Day theme. Okay. 6 of them, as you see. And yeah, it was great. I'm always looking forward to Valentine's Day and Mother's Day.
Okay.
Mother's Day is awesome. Yeah.
So you said we. So I'm gonna assume, how many employees do you have?
I only have me, but I am a business.
Okay.
So I like to say we as in Bloommm.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
I do have assistants when I have big events. So I have an assistant baker and I have someone to go with me to the event to stay with me, unload packages, but they're not employed by Bloommm. They're just helpers.
Oh, okay.
All right. Do you have a volunteer tester? If you taster, if you just put it out there, you know. All right. So you took your products to St. Martin in November.
Yes.
Talk about that for a bit.
I was actually born in St. Martin.
Oh, really? Okay.
Oh, you're St. Martiner.
Yes,
Nice.
that's home away from home.
Okay.
So I have family there, and my aunt was a baker there. She still is a baker, but she migrated to the US, and she left all her tools. Ooh. So I was like, can I come occupy your space, your tools, and do that? And so I took the opportunity to go and expand. It was the first time. I would say it was a success, but not a huge success because this is the first time. They don't know who I am, so there was a lot of questions about who is this lady? Why is her cake so pricey? Because they're more accustomed to bakery cakes than in St. Kitts. We don't like bakery cakes here, right? No. We come to the locals, but they're fully bakery cakes, so they had more questions about why should I buy this from scratch cake, etc. But it was nice. It was a pleasure. I'm definitely going back. The kitchen awaits me. I left some tools there as well, so I'm definitely going back to see if they would be more accepting the next time.
Well, you know, we're carried in St. Martin television, so I don't know if you have a date in mind where you want to tell them that you're coming back. If not,
St. Martin?
Yeah,
I'm coming back.
All right.
I like that. So if someone wanted to order cake, how do they get in contact with you?
Okay, so we're on Facebook and Instagram. We're on 869 to go. So you just send us a DM or on WhatsApp and we book you. On 869 to go, you don't have to contact me. All the products are there. You just go ahead and pick what you like, customize it in the notes, and it's passed on to me. Really
Do I
easy.
have to pay a deposit before I get my cake?
Yes. For some cakes, like the actual cakes, it's always a yes, because after I put Jeremy on that cake, I can't just sell it to Steve. So I always request deposits for cakes, but if you wanted 6 cupcakes, you can pay when you pick up, because in the event you don't pick up, I can always resell it.
Okay.
Yeah.
By the way, you got my name wrong on that one, but it's okay. I'll forgive you.